What is going on, everybody? It's so good to be back on the show talking to y'all. I think about this all the time, all week, especially this week. This was a rough week at work, but it's almost over, and I get to talk to y'all, and I get to talk to y'all with one of my favorite content creators on YouTube. Many of you all know her. She is amazing. If y'all did not know, she just celebrated a birthday. Shh. We'll say that. We'll wait for later for that. But no, I am so excited to bring her on. But before I bring her on, just want to also throw out there a purple shade is coming, y'all. All of my Nintendo fans, all of my Zelda fans, and you all people who don't even play the game but want to comment on a price, I'm coming for you. Okay, that's all I gotta say. I am coming for you. But with that said, this is not about me. This is not about my shade. This is about the person in the description and in the title of this video. Without further ado, I bring you not just one person, but y'all know who the real star of her channel is, but two. So without further ado, Kammie and baby girl, what is going on?
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. So y'all,
Look, I see your channel.
crazy. So if y'all do not know, obviously Kammie, you'll see her in chat, but someone who's almost there also day in and day out is none other than baby girl, aka Skyland, or actually that's Skyland, aka baby girl. But oh my gosh, it's like I love it. Y'all are so much like twinsies. But Kammie, how are you?
I'm good. Getting better.
Yeah, me too.
With this weather and my kids getting sick, you know what happens with moms. We get sick too, so.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, what I think is so cool is and I say this all the time, like I think gamers make great people, but y'all are amazing parents. And a lot of times we only get to see snippets, but you like show your whole life on your channel. And so and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that journey and you know your lessons learned and everything here in a second. Um but before we start, why Kammie? Like, why the name Kammie?
It's from a Street Fighter game. That's where it came from.
Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if y'all do not know, Kammie is a legit game, right? She may do her thing, her vlogging, and which is amazing. I love seeing her cook. I love seeing her what she's buying. But this person is for real OG gamer, puts her time in, grinds it, is like has an opinion. Okay, so y'all have this stereotype about women, games, girls, games. It's about to be dispelled right here if it hasn't already. So, but Kammie, so you talked about Street Fighter, but where does gaming start with you?
I'll say Atari.
Atari.
Yeah, Atari. Because that was like the real first time we even had a game system in the house. It was just a little joystick like this and one little button. That's it. That's
Mommy.
all. Not this
Mommy, I want to
complicated
talk.
different
Mom.
button, analog, right stick, bumper,
I want to
whatever.
talk.
It was simple. We had fun, you know? And that was my first time. And then after a while, it came out Nintendo. And then my two older brothers, they had like this summer job. They got their monies together and they bought the Nintendo. The very first Nintendo came out, and that was where the game just started coming in. My mom was down with gaming too. She got down with us.
Really?
She bought us. Well, she bought my brother the Sega Genesis, and she bought me the Game Gear. So she knew we liked the games. So she was pretty cool. She made it. She made ends meet when we wanted something. So I can't
Oh,
complain.
I mean, so you brought up Atari, and we always say this, like, especially for the people who played Atari, who know about Atari, or the ones who are getting the new little Atari system that they
Right.
just came out with. Um, yeah, what or the people who played Atari Recharge, rest in peace, Stadium. But with that said, what Atari game? Like which
Um,
one?
I can't really remember. What was the game of the? Oh wow! It was like a little skeleton with a snake. Crazy knows exactly the name of it, but I can't remember because I was only about I say 7 or 8, so that was like years ago, very old. So and back then we only had like a black and white TV, but it was actually a color game. But I never knew because we had a black and white TV. We didn't have a color TV back then. So to me, I was just enjoying this black and white little game and this little skeleton getting away from the snake. It was fun. I mean, they had me sitting there for hours. If they wanted me not to bug them, they'll sit me right there and play that game. And I'll sit there and just enjoy it. That was like my only game that I was playing. So,
I love it because some people are like black and white TV and gaming. It's like you're like, no, that's how we used to do it. Yes, Obi Rose. And shout out
yes.
to chat. So many of y'all. Usually I give y'all a shout out. Let me do that really quick. What is up, Obi Rose? Obi, I am loving what you are doing wrestling wise. Your last little tagline. Yeah. It makes me job. Thank you so much for coming by, Justin. Oh, Justin, you and I have so much to talk about. Ambi, always, 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 Ambi, you number one for me. Thank you so much. David Wilson, talking about black and white TVs. I don't even know. Thank you, Wilson. But thank you, David, for staying up with us tonight. Ray, the gaming cyborg, so good to see you. I was caught you on the Rock Players earlier today. I saw you highlighting Cyberpunk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rudig, so kind with your words. Rouster, always amazing to see you and wit. Thank you, thank you. Pete, I see Pete. Shout out there, Kammie. So shout out to you, Pete. But with that, let's continue. All right, so we have this Snake game. We have Nintendo. Now, were you like when you were playing Nintendo? Do you remember any of those games? Because I think Nintendo is like when we really starting getting franchise. Okay, I know y'all Donkey Kong and all that. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about Nintendo, what were you really into, or what were your brothers into? Because they're the ones who bought it.
Super Mario Brothers. That was like the main go game to go and play. They did have Zelda, and what other game they had? They had the hunter games with the bird and the shooting game. That
Yeah,
kind of game. Yeah, they had that.
Duck
They had
Hunt.
that kind of game. I think it was. It was like the duck, and you had to shoot. I used to
Yeah.
cheat on that all the time.
Well, define cheating on that. Define
I
cheating.
I don't know. I used to just go real close to the TV and try to like shoot it from there. I mean, you're a kid. You just don't want to
I
step
mean,
out
that
here.
seems to be, yeah, is that cheating?
I
Like,
mean,
I don't think
technically,
that's not cheating. Were there any rules that said how far back you had to be?
that's true.
There are no rules. Like, it's still kind of,
Yeah, because when
how,
you're really hunting, you're not gonna be that close to the duck. You're gonna have a distance, so it's kind of like cheating.
I mean, if I'm really hunting, I have more than 3 bullets.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hmm.
so like, but no, I don't think that's cheating. Chat, do y'all think that's cheating? Um, I don't think it's cheating. But I still kind of like, I'm sure Rouster or Crow Resident, if they're in chat, they probably know this. It still blows my mind how the gun knows where you're shooting on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm serious. Like, this blows my mind. Like how is something on the screen, but the gun knows if I'm pointing that way or this way? Like, it just seems beyond me still to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all in chat, but to me, my mind is blown. Like, if that game came out today, like, I would be like, mine is still blown. So technology, bring it back. For sure, Nintendo, get on that. But Nintendo's good with this today, y'all, because it showed how to do a direct correctly. Not gonna say anything, but thank you, Simpletons, wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know y'all have that Puerto Rican little connection going on there. But so Duck Hunt came out. You're a gamer. Now, were you like a hardcore gamer? Were you always playing games, or are you like kind of like, it's okay, but
Yeah, we in our household we would play games. Like that was one thing. Like it was our go to thing. Like once we finished our homework, we got what we got to do. We went right and we played the game. That was like our thing. We wanted to play games. That was a way, even that was a way to punish us because if we didn't do whatever we had to do, no game. That's it. And that was hard hit.
it
Yeah,
was Duck. No,
yeah,
I
it was
hear you.
done.
Obviously, people know that Nintendo, like, first system for me was Atari. Yeah, and the tank game that no one seems to remember except me, but I swear, guys, it was a good game. It was a great game. And then Nintendo. And if my brother is watching, because he sometimes watches, there was a Ninja Turtles like Manhattan. It was like a Manhattan one, or one that they were like walking around. That was like our game that we always try to play. But Game Gear. So we also had a game. Both of us had a Game Gear. My brother and I. You had a Game Gear, and to me that was like back then like mind blowing, right? It was in color. It was
Yes.
like because Game Boy, you had Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance that came out later, like
Yeah.
but Game Gear back like this is like, oh my gosh, I think 1992, 93, was legit because it was like playing like Sega Genesis on the go, going through like 6 batteries,
Right.
and
Oh my
like
god.
it had so many batteries. It had a battery pack that was like, it was like legit. Like I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was a legit big battery pack. I don't want to say anything about the size because people are gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything about sizes, but y'all, it was a rather large pack. No, I can't. It was large. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard.
It, it was hard. It was hard. But but it was legit. And so for Game Gear, what were you playing?
Sonic. That was like my main go-to game. And then my brother bought me a weird game. Like I don't remember the game name. I mean the game name because it was a game that I didn't care for basically. So it was like some kind of like game where you're like in this game show type thing, and you got to go to different obstacles and stuff. I don't know. It was I don't remember it because it was a game that I didn't care for. I was always on Sonic. Sonic was like my go-to every time I picked up that Game Gear. So I didn't
So
really
you're a
get too many
platformer.
games for it, huh?
You're a platformer. You like platform, or that's where you started off was like platforming. Sonic was like a legit, like
Yeah,
back in the
I
day,
like
that
the
was
Sonic.
this legit. And was that the one with Tails, or it's just
No, it was the first one, the first part. Yeah,
the first one?
the first one. The
No,
second
Sonic
one
was.
we got for the Game Gear. Like no, not the Game Gear. The Sega Genesis. We got the second part for it. So.
So you had both. You had the
hmm
Game Gear, you had Sega Genesis. You are firmly in camp Sega, right? And did
hmm
you stay there, or did y'all go like? eventually, like PlayStation's coming out, Nintendo 64 is coming out, Super Nintendo. Did you ever
Well,
do that one?
for me, I was playing off my brother's consoles. I never really owned a console. I always played whatever
So,
was in the house, you know. So my little brother, he had the Nintendo 64, the Cube. I think he had one more, but I just can't remember which one was it. But he's like a hardcore Nintendo person. He likes to play Nintendo stuff. So that's how I got to play some of the Nintendo games. And then for like the other consoles, my uncle was the one that got me the PlayStation 2. So I jumped from the whole entire thing just to PlayStation 2. My brother was the one that had PlayStation 1. So I had the two. And it lasted pretty long until it had an accident, a sad accident. But yeah,
oh my gosh. So this
had a
is an
sad
interesting
accident.
jump. So you went from like a Sega to PS2.
Basically, yeah.
That's a solid.
That was
Did
the
you?
only console that I ever owned under my name was a PlayStation 2. Because
Wow.
everything else I just played for fun.
I love how, like, Kammie, you've seen so many of these shows. And like I love how you're under my name. Like there's like always this like property because people get their stuff stolen on this show all the time. And I feel like you just like borrow it. You're like, it's there. I'm gonna play it.
Exactly.
So I like it. I like it. We gotta create another category for this. So this is the ones who are just like, it was there, so
Yeah.
I played it.
Right. And I did a
Um,
lot of arcade too. So arcade was one of the things I used to do, especially with my father. We used to go to Coney. So if you know Coney, you know there's arcades out there. So
oh my god. And you were doing this like the height of arcades too.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was there, and shout out to Peppa. Well, obviously Peppa's here. Shout out to Sanchez. What is going on? I know there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. Oh my goodness, Dr. Neck, how are you? How are you, Crow? We just were talking about you earlier. So Crow, if you could tell us how the light gun on Nintendo works, I would be
Mm-hmm.
amazed because I have no idea how this works. It blows my mind. And the Banana Killer, what is up? She's in Vegas. Another
Hey,
person,
Vegas.
another Aquarius who just recently celebrated her birthday. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Banana Killer. Doing her thing. Now, size does matter, so she doesn't even know what she just does. Love it, Ash. Coming in here off the top rope, letting people know, yes, size does matter. And if it's hard or not does matter as well. Trust me. That one matters actually more so later. But I digress. Um, so coming up from like Sega and then going to Nintendo or going to PlayStation 2, were you like blown away by because that's a pretty big jump, right? Because it's not like you stopped playing. We heard from
Right.
TM2K a few weeks ago. This was around the time he stopped playing, and we've heard from other gamers like Rock is another one who mentioned like he didn't really play at a point. Um, but you're continuously playing. And so
Yeah.
what did you just think like, yo, I need an upgrade? Or were you we were
It's
calling
to
upgrade
be
back.
honest, it's whatever's available. That's what it is. Whatever's available, I play. I'm just a gamer. I just like to play. It doesn't matter where it's at. As long as it's a cool game and I can actually sit and it actually draws me into the game, then I'm good. I'm just a gamer. I like to game whatever it is out there. I mean, I might not like every game, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not supposed to
Yeah.
like every game. So,
There's only one person who likes every game, and that's Squids. Squids is the legit, like, if it is like has a title game, he's got to give it a shot. He's got to beat it, and that's why
mhm.
Squids is amazing. Shout out to I think Squids was episode 4, did an amazing job. Arizona Mountain Time. I don't forget that Squids, and we do have an answer from Crow. Our Crow always has the answers.
Mhm.
Light gun works by using a photo diode. Oh my gosh, he's starting to talk like Jack to Slip, y'all. And
Mhm.
an infrared LED, the photo diode, did I say that right? It's used to
I don't
detect
even know.
the burst of infrared light sent out by the television when I think I'm more confused now. I'm
I
more
know, right?
confused.
I don't know
I
tech.
have no idea what.
I just know how to
Thank
play.
you, girl, for that one. Um, Yes. Oh, and we have Rudix to celebrate. Look at all these. Is that
Hmm.
Aquarius in a couple of days? 6 days? Is that still Aquarius?
Yeah,
So,
of course, is up to the I think the 17th of February.
so we
18th.
have a whole bunch of Aquarius
Hmm.
people here. It's a water sign, right? I don't know zodiacs. Um. So yeah, but yes, diode. Okay, so thank you, Simpleton. Or is that the Boston way of saying it, Simpleton? You know. But so what game on PS2? Because PS2, obviously the best-selling console of all time. I always have to give it its due respect. Um, what game on PS2?
Burnout, Need for Speed. Me and my husband played Pitfall, Ratchet and Clank,
Jackson Dexter.
yeah, Jackson Dexter. So we've had like, and he played his Call of Duty 2 on the PlayStation 2 as well. So that one was more of a variety. I had like a lot of different games for that. So
We have mostly all the Pac-Man games.
Pac-Man games, yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man.
He's the one that wanted to buy games for my
If y'all don't
console.
know who that is, that's Capo talking. It's not like a greater for. She's just talking out in space, and there's this voice coming to her. It's like
Jackson
we would
Dexter,
all love to
yeah.
have that in our lives. Just like, yes, what is the answer? Thank you. Um, so obviously y'all have been together for a long time. Knows you from the PS2 days. So
Right.
this is like it was been on your gaming journey as well. And we're gonna talk about because I think your perspective, you all's perspective on relationships. Obviously y'all love each other. You've been together a long time. And I just think that what you say about a relationship is really kind of cool. How y'all are together. So we're gonna get to that too. We're gonna learn all about you. And for some of us, obviously, we follow you. And we're on your show, so we know as well. But I think for the rest of the people, I think it's really cool and healthy to hear that perspective. And where did our superstar go?
She's over there playing Roblox. She playing Roblox, Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's playing Roblox.
Oh gosh.
And that's I have a daughter that's a gamer, so
Oh yeah, you did it. We got another one. I'm telling you, like women gamers. Um, I think
we've always been there.
better, but we always were
Yeah.
like. But then guys, they want to play their I don't know, rinse, wash, and repeat, or wash, rinse, repeat games over and over, and act like they're amazing at it. Um, no shade there. But so PS2. So you're PlayStation hardcore at this time. You're going pretty you're obviously doing well. Do you upgrade to PS3?
No.
No. Uh-oh. Whoa, what was that?
I really didn't
You
care
sounded
for
like
it.
a game developer during the PS3 time frame. Like, no, we are not putting it on that system. We're not doing that. Like, so what happened at this time?
It just didn't intrigue me. Like it didn't catch my eyes. I mean, there were cool games and stuff like that, but it just I don't know. It was time for a change.
Time for a change.
Yeah.
Can you qualify that statement? I think we if y'all cannot tell, there are people like there are some people who just game a lot. There's some people who talk about games, and then there are other people who really go hard for their platform. I'll say it like that. And so what happened after PS2?
Um, my hubby decided he wanted to go get an Xbox 360. He was like he needed another console to play because like I said, the PlayStation 2 had a sad ending. But as gamers, we like to game,
What happened to the
so
PS2? What happened to it? What
it
happened?
crashed and burned. Thanks to my two stepsons and my son, they all how kids they fight. No, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. And back then, it used to be plugged into the system. Behold, they grabbed it. One of them grabbed it, and it just came crashing, and that was it. That was the end of it.
That was
No more
it. And
PlayStation 2. I mean, they were
did you?
young,
They
so
were. Yeah. You still
And
yelled
you were
at them.
crying.
yeah, oh my god, I was so upset. Oh my god, I was so mad because it was the first console I ever owned. It was mine. It was like and it's like, oh wow, what can
Oh
you
my god!
do?
What? You could choke someone. Yeah, like, that's what you could do.
Yeah.
Um, but so you went. So the thing crashed and burned,
Mhm.
and I mean, but PlayStation. You talk about this on your channel all the time. They have a pretty good customer service, in your opinion, right?
Mhm.
So you call
Xbox,
PlayStation, right?
Xbox, not PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation doesn't have that for you.
Not that I know of. I haven't never have to deal with them. But what I hear stories of is yeah. The
Oh my
stories are
god,
not too
y'all
good.
gotta pre viral. We're gonna pull it out of her. We're gonna pull it out. So you go to Xbox. You go to Xbox 360. Man in your life says we're gonna go to X. Why 360? Like what was on Xbox
Because it
360?
was online. You could play online on the 360.
Yeah, so where were y'all playing?
Well, he was playing his Call of Duty. That was like his thing. His thing was Call of Duty, and for me, it was a lot of more like racing car games. Whatever I was playing on the PlayStation 2, I just brought it over there. We had Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. At that point, we did have Street Fighter.
Is this the Street Fighter that you like named yourself after? Is Kammie or
No,
you
because
two?
when Street Fighter first came out, it was back like in like 94, 95. And when Kammie came in as a character, I think it was about 95, 96. And that was like the character I would love to play. Kammie was like my go-to character on Street Fighter. So I just decided I just might as well take it. Only thing it's not spelled the same, but that's where it all started from right there. And right there, that's how everybody mostly knows me. Unless you're family or like work related.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else knows me by Kammie. So
Yeah, that's such a hardcore gamer thing. Like you're like, that's my character, I'm gonna name myself out. And it fit,
mhm.
you know. I actually haven't heard too many people who play Cammy on Street Fighter. So it's also kind of a unique thing to see someone where they pick whether it's we talked about Smash Brothers last week. There's characters that you see people gravitate towards, whether it's Mortal Kombat, Tekken, um, what is it called? Primal Instinct. Man, that's why. There's certain characters in Cammy's not one of the ones I see too many times, or do I remember seeing that much? So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because she didn't have too
You,
many moves to do, but I liked it her. She was
but
pretty
you
cool.
but you knew how to like use it.
Yeah,
You
I
knew
knew how
that.
to maneuver her, yeah.
That's all. That's what and that is a lesson learned, y'all. Besides it having to be hard, doesn't need too many moves, just needs to do the right moves.
hmm
You know? But I digress. I digress, y'all. Y'all get me on this. So many things. So you're playing Xbox 360, and at this point, do you notice a difference between the two? Obviously, it's two different generations.
hmm
Um, no. But yeah, yeah, no, it's not. It's two different generations. But are you seeing a difference in the different game? At this point, are you like, I'm glad we made this move, or you're just like, no, this is just the
Yeah,
next
it's
step up?
just the next thing, just to keep gaming. That was just me. I was just going with the flow, basically.
So you got it, and then you come up. So Nintendo, are you like I saw like when you talked about your younger brother, you were kind of like he's different. He likes Nintendo,
And he
like,
does PlayStation 2 as well, but yeah, that's a story.
I could see you're like
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Nintendo was his thing because he had all Nintendo, all the different like the Game Boys, the different sets and stuff. I've even had like a DSi. I had one of those back then too. I had the portable PlayStation. We did a lot of games. Like I said before, I'm just a gamer. I just go with the flow. Wherever there's a game and I like it, I'm gonna play it. That's it.
Undeal. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
like because you talked about a racer, you talked about a fighter, talked about a platformer. you talked about story drawing
Mhm.
you in. You've talked about obviously. Do you play Call of Duty?
I tried with my brother and him, but I was like, nah, I'm giving up. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was.
Uh,
It was
Call
just
of
too
Duty.
weird. I can't. I just, and then the I know you could turn off the vibration off the gun, but it's just like there's too many buttons. I'm sorry. It's just too many things to do. So I was like, no. But I mean, I'm pretty good in Division. I don't know. I can play that game pretty good, and that's another shooting game. But I just like that one over Call of Duty. So
Oh, you play Division 2?
no, the first part.
The first one, okay, because there's a whole group out there that plays, so they call themselves the Old Dirty Blasters,
Mhm.
and they played Division 2 um, quite a bit. So if you ever want to jump back into that, definitely go into it. And I want to shout out, speaking of a Nintendo, Chariot Man Gaming, another Nintendo gamer there, also Steam Deck. I see you, Chariot Man. Keep doing what you're doing. So close to 1,000 subscribers. We're all cheering for you.
Mhm.
So for sure. So coming up to the next gen, do you have an Xbox One? Do you have PS4 or Switch? Like what? You just stay with Xbox 360 at
We
this
kind
point.
of just stood with the Xbox family, you know, from 360 to the Xbox One to the Xbox One X, now to the Xbox X Series S, whatever you want to call that one. And then for Nintendo, we did get our kids the Nintendo Wii U, whatever, whichever one that was. And then we got my older son the Switch. And I want to get another Switch, but I don't know when. I don't know. I like the Switch. It was really fun because you can just like play with it when you're, on not on the TV. Or if you want to play, you put it on the thing and you can play on the TV. So that was pretty good. I liked it that. That wasn't bad. But yeah. No
Seriously,
PlayStation after that.
no. So why not PlayStation? Like you because you have a opinion. Like if you had to describe Sony PlayStation, how would you describe Sony PlayStation?
Well, the thing that really keeps me away from them too is the whole hacking that happened years ago. That's scary. All that information in someone's hand, and it didn't happen once. It happened a couple of times. So it's like, come on, Sony. If it happened once, two times, and it keeps happening, that's not good. That's not a good looking in a company because that means you ain't protecting me. And the thing that you're putting into the PlayStation is your credit card information, your address. I mean, there's certain information that you don't want out there, and for that to happen, and I haven't that I know, I haven't heard Xbox happen yet that I've heard. I don't know, maybe it did, maybe once or whatever, but I don't know. I've always heard about PlayStation, so if anybody knows, I don't know, let me know.
No, but I mean, but so obviously privacy is a big thing for you
Mhm.
and keeping that safe. You gotta be like, Sony, like there's gotta be other things. Like, right? Sony's still a good platform or no,
It is.
you're
It is.
no, I thought you're like, nah, it's not Xbox.
Because I mean, honestly, whatever you could play on PlayStation, you can play it on Xbox, unless it's exclusive games. That's the most. But then again, it's like a lot of people say: do you really buy a PlayStation for exclusive, or you still buying the games that you would have bought on an Xbox? Let's keep it 100, because like you can ask a lot of PlayStation for their game, whatever, and there'll still be games that you could play on the Xbox on the PlayStation. So did you really buy it for the exclusive? Because if I was to buy a PlayStation, it would be only for exclusive, just for them. Especially like Until Dawn, I really liked that game, but I was like, do I really want to buy a PlayStation for that? Like, I don't know, you know. And also with the whole synthetics of the box too. I'm like, I need it to match my fashion sense.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on the aesthetics of the PlayStation design. I know Rudigs, you're out there. I know you have one. We're not saying anything, but Rudigs is, you can see him. He's boiling at this point. You know, um, we're not saying anything about it from that area. I think there's a couple of other people in the chat that have that PS5.
Mhm.
But if it's not for the exclusives, obviously they're not taking care of their privacy. You're done with them. You're just like, they're just not.
It's so much about them that it's just like, come on, let's give it up already. Like, there's so much about them that it's not a good look for the company itself. I'm not I don't care about how the gaming works. It's just the company itself. Like I don't know. It's
I'm
just
with that.
when I get that gut feeling, I just go with it. They always say go with your gut feeling. So and I always do. So I stay
And
where I know I feel comfortable.
what is up, Holtz? I was just telling Obi Rose earlier, Holtz. I love, love, love what y'all are doing with the wrestling thing. It makes me laugh every single time I watch one of those. And then mostly I see you there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mostly and I are talking Nintendo in Twitter land. Mostly I'm going to do that purple shade. They're going to make me do it. So, so what would you say about, what would you say? Because you make a great point when you talk about you can play the games on Xbox that you could play there, minus a few exclusives. So what do you
Mhm.
talk about when people are talking about you know, Xbox has no games?
You could say almost the same thing about PlayStation because, like, I mean, they have games. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like we do have games. We have. I have so many games. To be honest, I don't know where to start. Even if they are old games, there may be games that I've never played before and maybe want to try it, and I got it there. I could try whenever I want. Hopefully, they don't take it off the line, but I could try it whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. I have games. Maybe you play the games and that's why you don't have no games. But somebody like me that haven't played a lot of games, because sometimes some games are expensive, they're there in the Game Pass, and I can play it for $15 a month, and I can also play it on my PC, and I could play whatever mobile. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do whatever. I'm a gamer. I like to be able to go anywhere I go with a game. I don't. I mean, it's cool to play on a video, on a TV and stuff like that. But when you're busy doing things and you still want to have time to play games, this is where it's at. The computers. It is. It is. It's the future.
The
You
future,
gotta go with the flow.
the future. And if y'all did not hear the comment in there, she said $15 a month. So obviously $70 games, you're on that bandwagon. You are like, you don't even pay attention to it because
hmm
you're
I get to play
$15 game.
whenever I feel like it. I pick and choose.
There you all heard it. Y'all heard it there. I've not heard someone defend. Um, it's not even defending. Is it
Mhm.
facts? Is it facts at this point? But it's not 15. Oh, Obi Rose coming
What you
in.
mean it's not 15?
I know, Obi, do you
I know.
want this smoke, Obi? Do you want the smoke? I don't know. I think Holt also has a PS5, so like Holt is staying away from it. Obi Rose, do you want the smoke? Because this is Kammie is like a legit gamer here. Like, do not let baby girl, the smile in the vlogging fool. Do not let that fool you. This Kammie, just so look,
Oh, okay. He clarified it.
PSI Cloud is at 50. Ah, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. So there you go.
And you get cloud playing too with that $15. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I don't
I
have to
know.
mess up. I don't have to mess up my hard drive. I could just play it in the cloud.
There you go. I don't know. Obviously, there's Cowboys not in the Rudix had to leave.
Yeah.
But just so people kind of get an idea of like your gaming, you've done marathon game streams, haven't you?
Not by choice. It just happened. It
It
just
just
happened.
so talk
When the
about
game is interesting, you just get stuck glued to it and not realize 18 hours went by and you're like where, when? It didn't even feel like 18 hours had went by. Like literally it
18
didn't.
hours.
18 hours,
What were
yes.
you playing for 18 hours?
I can't remember the first game I started with, and then I switched it off to Don't Starve. So it was me and another friend. We were both playing. At that time, they didn't have it like starved together. They had like separate. He was playing on his stream, and I was playing on my stream, and we was like kind of like conversating. And it was like the night just went away. I was just there playing. The chat like this. You have chat on the side, and you're looking at the chat, and you're talking to chat. You know what happens? They just I just keep going.
Oh, well, for me, I'm mostly paying attention to chat as Hutch would like to always clarify that he always makes fun of me, but that's why like I play the game. I like to talk during like scary movies and scary games, so it just comes natural. And I press the button for everybody who's seen me stream. I press the buttons. The people just make bad decisions. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what we're gonna say. That's the line, and I'm sticking to it. Okay?
You remind me of all the gamers that I know. They're like, yeah, but I pressed the button. Did you really?
I
Did you?
did.
I mean,
I
we all go through
did.
that. We all go through that because even when I
No,
used to play video, I was like,
no.
but I pressed the button, and the character don't want to jump. You know, when you're running and you want to jump and then you press it, but it's like it didn't react. You know, I know that feeling.
No,
It happened
I
to me.
do. I do, Cam. I
But that's
do.
not a running game. It's just a press button game.
Look, look, look. We're not gonna get to it. We're not gonna get to it. Tomato, tomato. It is what it is. Look, we get to the end of the game. Just not with all the people. You know what I mean? There's maybe one or two, three. Last one, I think I had four of them die on me, but it's okay. I didn't like those people anyway. So, so obviously, Xbox, big fan of Game Pass, right? You're a huge fan of Game Pass. You really like the service. You're not really afraid of the cloud. I know there's a couple of gamers out there who are like really, they're digital. You know, they hold it tight. uh Looking at you, Ash, if you're still out there, you know, she has to have her physical stuff. um you know, that's why I have other things that are physical, but that's a different story. Um so you do that. um are you thinking about coming back and doing game streaming in the future?
I have, but you know, with a little one, she's just like, I don't know.
It's like her show though.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if I go to Mostly Martinez's show, am I there for Mostly Martinez or am I there for Hezekiah? You got to give them their own channel. Hezekiah, 100%.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, Jaw also has one around the same age. Also, Sunshine, doing amazing things. So, look, they can make money. So, you might as well do it. There you are, Mostly. So, talk to us but when you started streaming, you didn't start as a game streamer, right? Your main
No,
channel.
I just kind of like, you know, they had the feature on the Xbox, so I just started. You know, it had it there. I clicked it and it started stream. I don't do stream with cameras. I just do the game, and it just kind of grew from there. Like I started liking it. People started talking to me. Um, Certain people had the same games. We could play with each other. You know, if I was okay, I would add them to my Xbox account and we would play games together and stuff like that. So it just, I kind of fell into that. Like, you know, kind of fell into that stuff. And,
Oh,
but I did it mostly when my kids were in school. That's way before Skyline was started.
guys. Yeah. No, got it. And shout out to Hutch coming in. Hutch, I saw you playing Beyond Destiny Beyond Light there yesterday. It's one of your shorter gaming sessions, but I was there. I was there lurking. Um, so but you do vlogging. So why? I mean, in so there's a couple of different vloggers in the gaming community, right? One of them is Cowboy, who, you know, he vlogs everything. It's like he does a certain way, but you really do like put a lot of work into how. Here she is. Here she is. She said, "This is my show." Gotta get it. So with your vlogging, like, how did you get into that? How would you describe your vlog? Because you definitely have a certain style to it.
I don't know. I just like, I kind of plan my vlogs, but not really. Like I try to like minimize how much I record because that's the whole thing. Some people what they do they record too much and then the editing process takes forever. Me, I just kind of like stop and go. And that's why like I can turn out a video pretty fast. You know, I'm not like just recording and then I have to like cut so much off. That I used to do it back in the days. I gotta admit, I did used to do it, and it used to take me like a whole day just to do one vlog. Now I'm more conscious of how I vlog, what I, what when I pick up the camera and stuff like that. The bad thing is the ending. It's I'm still kind of working on it because sometimes I come up or whatever, and then I forget I have to end the vlog, and I totally forget. So sometimes I add other stuff to the end of it, but yeah, I kind of like again that I kind of fell into vlogging because when I first started YouTube, I was doing like random stuff. Like hauls and unboxings and talk and Dollar Trees too because back then Dollar Tree was where was that but I don't know. New York fell off, so
New
I
York
can't
fell
really do
off.
them. Yeah, it fell off. I don't find a lot of nice stuff like I used to find back then. So
It's the COVID.
yeah. Once the pandemic hit, that's when the whole like we wasn't getting a lot of shipments of a lot of nice stuff. I mean, I watch YouTubers and I'm like, shoot, we don't get that here in New York. Down south gets better stuff. West Coast gets better stuff. I'm like, and I just stopped. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Dollar Tree, but it's not my heart no more. It's
I mean, I've seen you say that before. Cause like I
yeah.
know you have all the different you Dollar Tree hauls in the past. You're still
Hmm.
doing your subscriptions, so you do
Yeah.
those unboxings of your subscription beauty products that come out. Um, what would you say is like some lessons learned you have had on your vlogging journey? Because again, y'all were talking to Kammie. Obviously, she's an amazing gamer. If y'all did not know, she is monetized on YouTube. So for a lot of people, that is a high mark, right? To get 1,000 subscribers plus to get the watch hours. Tammy has it. So this is definitely one of those veteran people that we bring on who's really kind of at that next level. So what are um some of the advice you would have for someone looking to get into YouTubing, someone who maybe feels like their channel is maybe stalling? Like what is some of the advice or lessons learned you can pass?
Honestly, just be you. Do what you like to do. The audience will come. Honestly, because that when I first started doing it, like I had like 7 subscribers the first time, and I was like happy. And then I just stopped, and then I came back, and when I came back really strong, and I realized consistency does work. It really does because when I came back, I think it was like the ending of 2016 into 2017. And once I really took my channel for what it is and I actually put my work and heart and soul into it, I realized people was watching, they were commenting, they were liking. I mean, like I said, the one number one thing that I had a niche for was the Dollar Tree hauls. That's what really grew my channel. But it's like I tell a lot of people, I don't want to be niched out. I don't want to be in a box. I want to be able to do what I want to do as a content creator. Whether you like it or not, that's what I am. I'm a content creator. I'm here to make content. You could watch what you want to watch. I'm not forcing anyone to stay on my channel. But if you like what you like, then, you do what you got to do. Subscribe, like, and comment, But yeah, just do what you love. Don't be afraid. At first, when I was vlogging, I would be scared, So I sometimes get a little scared because you don't know, like, who's around you and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, I want to hold the camera up a little higher, but then who's behind me? Like, I don't want to catch nobody behind me. Some people be like, oh, don't record me. You have some New Yorkers with their attitude. So you got to be very cautious with New Yorkers. So, but yeah, I just do what you love. Go in. You want to do it, just do it. Just do it. You could even do it from your phone. You don't need a camera. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've been doing my YouTube through my camera phone. That's it. I don't use any special gadgets or whatever. I mean, I want to one day, but for now, I work with what I got. I do what I got to do. So just go for it if you want to. That's it. That's what most YouTubers would say. Just go for it. You know, what's wrong with trying? you know, it's like my master sir says, fear is what keeps you from succeeding in this world. The fear, the unknown, So you got to do it.
Just go into it. And one of the things I think, and shout out to Ja, another person in chat who's a gamer
Mhm.
who doing the amazing job raising her daughters now.
Daughters, yeah.
Um, also monetize. Uh, you all undertook, and I was shouting it out from the rooftops, a thing called Vlogmas,
Mhm.
where like that just was wild. So could you describe Vlogmas to the people who maybe weren't aware of it, what it is, like just how you got involved with this? How did you find the energy for it? Like, how would you describe it?
Well, basically, it's a video day. It's supposed to be a vlog, but as the years have been going by, a lot of YouTubers have changed Vlogmas. It's not just Vlogmas no more. It's like you have a video every day for 25 days. But there are different ones. The one that I do is 25 days to Christmas. There's those that do 12 days to Christmas. And then you got those that do the whole entire month. I give it up to them because 25 is enough for me. I'm like, 25 is good. The rest, I'm going to just chillax. Happy New Year's. I'll come next year nice and refreshed. But 30 days, I don't know. That's a
20,
lot.
and I think Jan did 30. I think
Just
Jan did
about,
the
yeah.
I think she did the full and ran a
But she
marathon
was having
too.
issues too. She was telling me she was having issues um just trying to upload. I know a lot of YouTubers around that time have issues just uploading videos because I just feel like YouTube is so saturated with, it's the last month, is the biggest month, is a big paying month as well. That's what I've heard. So like everybody's trying to get their last minute videos into YouTube. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you're willing to do it and you're willing to take the time, you know and then I got memories to last me for years. I've done
I
this
think
now 4 years, so yeah.
that's the really cool thing I think about um well anybody I'm about to lose power on my headphones. Y'all, if I lose it, freaking can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
I
Like
don't
I'm
know
looking
what's
for
up.
like the power cord or something over here. Oh my gosh, this looks like it's gonna be a little hard. I may have to do something here pretty quick. But so what I think is really cool about Vlogmas and what you're doing is because we get to see like your holidays, like that entire time you going to get decorating the tree, going to get the presents, going to prepare things, going to do everything, and it's I think for a lot of us, for me especially, what I really enjoyed from it was like, okay, I'm not doing this adulting thing wrong. Like you're kind of like going through some of that the um same struggles, like the same stressors, and you're talking about it, and you're just
Mhm.
going. And so, I just want to say thank you to you right now, but Ja, if you're out there for sure, you as well, and Jan as well. I just want to say thank you because it's comforting for me to see in its own way. So thank you for that. And I think I know, like when it finished, you were like, okay, I'm done. I'm done for a second. You were like, because
Yeah,
it's definitely I can imagine
a
tiring
lot.
to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, mostly for sure the memories for the sure. Ross, I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, yeah, I'm about to try to do something really tricky here. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got. Hold on, hold on. There we go. There we go. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, you can still
Hopefully.
hear me. You can still see me. That thing crashed. Like, how to do it. Woo, woo, woo. Winstar, what is going on? Another amazing parent gamer, veteran. Always got to shout out my veterans out there. Thank you, Winstar, for stopping by. Um, so you did that. You're vlogging. Another thing I wanted to touch on, because besides being, the channel, besides being a gamer, besides being an amazing parent, you're also an entrepreneur, right? You also kind of are starting your own thing.
Yeah, I'm,
Uh,
I'm gonna start something. Yeah, I do on the
did
side.
you,
I'm not sure
did,
yet.
you're not,
I'm
but
not
you
sure
want
yet, but I do want to do a business. Yeah, that's
do
like
you want
something in the future. I'm not sure yet.
But you are like going down that path, like starting to put things together. Do you want to talk about like kind of that journey a little bit? Like what kind of motivated you for that? Or like, because I know sometimes you do
Because
talk
I know
about,
now you can put your business on YouTube. Like they have the new thing that you can put it on YouTube, or you can, I think, put it on most of the social media. Even now on this amp, there's this new little thing that you could put like a QR code right while we live streaming. So it's like there's so much things now that as a business owner, we could reach out to more people. Back then it was a little more hard to advertise, but now I feel like it's a little more easier. Since I'm already out there, most people know me. It's not gonna be easy. I can't say it's gonna be easy, but at least I know I'm gonna have some kind of like customers, people who know me. So this is what I like about YouTube, because I know a lot of people like bash YouTube and stuff like that, but it helps your business. If you have a business, it can help you elevate that business. So yes, you have those other YouTubers that use YouTube for dumb stuff, but then you have those that will use it for the right things. And I like that. That's what I've always said here since like I first started YouTube, that sooner or later, I don't know when God willing tells me, look, this is your idea, this is the business you got to do, then I'll go there. But I've always wanted to do a business because I've always worked for somebody, but it doesn't feel right. You know how you don't feel right working for somebody else? You want to be your own boss.
oh, I
When
know,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
know
Yeah.
how it
So
feels.
it's like, mm-mm. I
I,
try, I try, I try the 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is not my thing. Nah, I like doing my own thing at my own time. My own schedule. You gotta work on somebody else's schedule.
so true story, for everybody. So y'all, I work, probably more than I should a lot of times, but my recently, like, I was given a larger team, and so my manager was like, hey, how do you like managing blah blah blah? And of course I'm from the army, so I'm like, it's managing's a dime a dozen. I said, I don't mind managing people. um I do mind people who manage me. We have not. That was to my manager, so we have not talked for several days now. So we'll see. You know, I get feisty like that. If you ask me a question, I'm going to be honest. So there you are. But with that said, I totally hear you. I know we have a lot of people, aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring people who have their channels who are building it, and so I think like this is like refreshing to hear kind of that journey, like, just showing, hey, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm going out and, you know going to make sure, like, I know I have a channel, I know people watch me, those are customers there, and I can
Mhm.
expand on it.
Right.
So I think that's like super empowering and encouraging, especially from women who a lot of times, people are like, whatever, raise the kids or do whatever. And it's like, no, we can do a lot more than that because we've always been able to do more than that. So, just kudos to you, and definitely continue to, just continue on that journey, Kammie. Like, I think that's amazing.
Mhm.
Uh, Another thing that I want to talk about, and we kind of hinted at it earlier, because I think it's also very unique and shows the diversity of the community, and shows like, in what I preference it. I know you talked about it on your channel, and hopefully you can like expand on it here, which is kind of your relationship with Beppo, right? Y'all been together for quite a while, um,
Going on 20 years.
20 years,
Yeah.
and and so by the state of New York, y'all are a married couple.
Yeah, exactly.
But and so
I don't feel I
and
need that paper. Like, for real, I really need a paper to prove that I'm his wife. Like, I gave 20 years of my life. I think
so
that's enough.
so so that's, I think that's really, interesting, because once again, like, breaking down stereotypes
Hmm.
that women are always about, like, yo, I need to get married. Let's hurry up and get married. Like, you kind of proven that wrong. You're, to your point.
Yeah.
Um, was that like a conscious decision, or was that just something you're like,
I wasn't
what?
into that. I mean, I liked them. I cried at the wedding and stuff like that, but I never saw myself actually getting married. Like, I don't know. I've never. I mean, I know I'm not the only female. I know there's other females like us out there, but it's so hard to find us because, like, we always get stereotype women. Oh, we want to get married. Walk down in a white dress. La la la. Whatever, all that
It's a
Gucci
fa-
Gucci. I feel like,
it's a fairy tale.
yeah, like it's this fairy tale that's been fed to us women. This is what you're supposed to do, and that's it. I'm like, no, I don't fall in the fairy tale type thing. That's just not me. I'm happy the way I am. I mean, I'm not the first one either because I think I mentioned it on my live. My uncle and his wife were together for many, many years and didn't even get married at all. They were together for years until the day he passed away. So, I mean, to each their own. If they want to get married, but it's not for me. It's not. It's not. Trust me.
No, I think it's pretty interesting because once for obviously people get married, super happy for you. Um, Hopefully you didn't spend too much on it because I know it
Right?
could.
That's like a whole
I mean,
honeymoon.
weddings are. I mean, it's expensive. Like some of my friends when they tell me how much they spend, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? So if that's you, and I know we have a couple of fathers out there who have some older daughters looking at you, Rouster and Simpleton. To not break the bank for your daughter's wedding. Hopefully not. Yeah, oh my God. So Simpleton says it's like a Puerto Rican thing. That's interesting. But I don't know if it's a Puerto Rican thing. I think it's everybody's family has some situation like that. But I definitely remember when you first said that you're like, no, we never officially did that. But it really makes you, and one of the things I love about your Friday live streams is you really go deep into a lot of topics. And when I heard you talk about this, it really was kind of empowering to hear you say, like, I don't need that. Like, for anybody who just believes in love, like, it was like, I don't necessarily need that per se
Mm-hmm.
to say that I'm with someone. And obviously, y'all been together 20 years. You have not only baby girl, you have two other kids, right?
Hmm?
Three. How many kids do you all have total?
Well, he has three from a previous relationship, and then we have three together.
Three together. So you're raising them, doing amazing stuff, just doing an amazing parenting job. So I think that's like, I don't know. I just think when I first heard that, it was like I said, a little empowering because you don't hear that side of things.
Hmm. Yeah.
You don't hear that messaging. And I just coming to your channel, when we found each other, just so many things either resonated or just made me reflect
Hmm.
in a way. So thank you again for just sharing so much of who you are and in some of these details that are a little different that aren't talked about so much. So definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, because everybody sugarcoats everything, and I feel that's like really dumb. I mean, social media itself is trying to sugarcoat us, so we can't
No,
say or do certain things without us get penalized. So,
no, I think you're exactly right. I don't, I had a conversation one time with one of my I guess it was like a group of people, and they were asking me like, how do we talk to college students about the real role, and how do we talk to them like it's not going to be like if you're in college or if you're in high school, if or whatever. And I was like, well, just tell them the way to, like, what are you telling them to begin with?
hmm.
Like, are you if you're not telling them how it is, then you're doing it wrong. And I think life is complicated as you want to make it, right? And it's in but that's also kind of the beauty of it, right? And that there's a lot of different flavors and there's a lot of different ways to do it. Um, so again, just thank you so much, Kammie, for that. Um, I didn't ask you this question before. I know I'm kind of jumping around now, but you know, you're a gamer, right? what are you looking forward to in 2023 as a gamer?
Just more games. I mean, right now I'm just waiting for Liza Peace to come out. You know.
Lies of P,
Yeah, I
yo,
want to try my
no
hand on
one's
that
talking
game.
about that one, but
Also Redfall. I really want to try that game out. There's a couple of games I want to try out. Starfall, I don't really care for that. That's not, like I said, not every game is for me. Maybe it's for some people, but not for me. So, you know, I mean, Xbox got a lot of lineup coming up, so I'm just waiting and see and just kind of like test drive every game. If they put it in Game Pass, I'll try each little game here and there. So
I don't
we'll
think I've
see.
ever asked.
We'll see what I like to stream because I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to stream when I do come back. I just don't want to like pick up any game. I just want to feel.
And then chat for everybody who's out there who's active in chat. Could you put your title of the game you're most anticipating this year? I would love to see kind of like the most anticipated. You can't put like all the games you're anticipating, but what game are you most anticipating this year? I kind of want to get it good because we've seen a lot. Nintendo's done a lot, Xbox done a lot. We know there's a couple of indies out there. So which one are we looking forward to? Oh my gosh, I see Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, mostly great one. Maker, Diablo. Thank you for stopping by, Maker. Diablo 4, Diablo 4,
Diablo 4
Diablo
looks
4. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Final
Street
Fantasy
Fighter
16,
6.
Street Fighter 6, Tears of the Kingdom, Bleep awesome. Diablo. Wow. Well, of course, she got married through Diablo.
Yeah, she
Oh
did.
wow, May, June, because that Diablo 4 comes out June. Tears of the Kingdom comes out in May. So I can see a lot of people
Mhm.
coming through it. I know Street Fighter 6 Obi Rose. That's a solid. But he's a fighter. He has to fight in Cantina, so he has to do that. I think for me, obviously, oh, if I had, what is it? So you said, Kammie, what did you say? You said Redfall, Liza P. Those are
Liza
your top
Peace.
lies. Those are your top
Yeah.
two favorite, are your most anticipated. I think y'all, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna surprise y'all. It's gonna shock y'all. I gotta go with Zelda and Pikmin 4. There we go. So I will definitely be doing Nintendo fangirling. Hellblade 2. You can't say geek. We can't. That one may not come out geek. You can't say that one. We played.
Hellblade
People,
2.
people. Y'all know I love my Zelda. I'll be playing that, and I am going to be talking about people who are making fun of the $70 game. Shout out to Mostly Martinez by saying you can get it for 50 if you know how to do the system. But yeah,
Mhm.
really looking for that. And of course, mostly there's a dog in Pikmin 4. Did you see that mostly? Like, I am like, what? They put a dog in it. Um, so, oh my gosh, but there's so many games.
There are.
I mean, Liza P. I have, when every single time they show the trailer, people get really hyped for it. But
Mhm.
then no one really, like, when we come back to it, like, no one says it, right? But I'm glad you mentioned that. Another one I think is going to be really big is coming out in April. We got a demo it a few weeks ago. Bramble the Mountain King. I think that's going to be a really, really great game. Comes out actually the week right before Zelda. So if y'all have not checked that out and you're a Little Nightmares fan, this one really, really looks good. I'll probably talk about it more on my show, some of these games coming out. But and then obviously, I'm glad y'all mentioned Diablo 4. Y'all know I'm getting excited for that one too. It's like I wasn't excited for it, but now I'm really excited. So thank y'all for that. Like I love Octopath Traveler 2. Geek, that is not your Geek. You do not seem to be an Octopath Traveler game. If you are, I think that one would be a good one. Um, it's lie. So Rouster, it's lies, like I am lying to you. Lies of P. And it's kind of
Yeah,
and
it's about Pinocchio. It has something to do with
yeah,
Pinocchio.
it's like
The
a
story.
dark version of Pinocchio,
Mhm.
which if you've actually read the book of Pinocchio, Pinocchio is pretty dark. And if you watch the Netflix show about Pinocchio, that was kind of dark in a way. So I'm really interested to see how they do this one. Um, yeah, Roster, how don't you? If you do game vouchers, Roster, for you can go if you are a subscriber to Nintendo Online. You can buy a game voucher for $100, two game vouchers for $100, and those are good for two games. So if you are like me, Zelda and Pikmin, I get to. Those are my two games. Normally that would be about $120, $125 that I'm gonna get for 100. So that's how you do it. But yeah, it's Kammie. So what's coming next on your channel?
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a virtual birthday party for myself. So that's gonna happen tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm still up to date. I don't know if I want to do it or not. I'm old enough. I could do it if I want to. I've seen other people do it. I might be doing like $10 shots. So if anybody does a super chat, super sticker, or even donates to my PayPal
Oh,
or
Kammie,
Cash App,
I want to see
$10
this. I
for a
am
shot.
gonna be. I am gonna do it. Oh, we are going to go see this.
So I haven't done it ever, but it's the first time. I'm an adult. I'm old enough to drink. So
Oh,
yeah, let's see
she's
how drunk I get.
oh, let's. I think we can do it.
I was
I
gonna do
know.
it for $5, but I said no. $5 is too
We
easy.
are
Let's
for
put it
sure.
$10. $10
Think
might
we are.
be a little.
I think that's going to be a super fun stream. I'm surprised we don't do that in the community more. Some types of, well, Ash, if you're out there, I know you sometimes come a little tipsy, but obviously clean chat. We are all family friendly, but sometimes it is good to maybe let your hair back a little bit. So who knows? Maybe I think that's a good idea. I'm not sure if I already get players or characters killed in my playthrough, so I'm not sure how I would do if I was a little intoxicated. Oh, there you are, Ash. Yeah, Ash. Take some shots. We hear you, Ash. We hear you. So, Kammie, before we leave, what's new? What's going to be new on your channel this year? Hey, baby girl's back.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, oh my gosh, she's so adorable. Oh yeah.
We get sidetracked.
Yeah, we always do when she comes on. She steals the show. Um, she steals the show. So, what's gonna be any new plans for your show or your channel this year, Kammie?
My birthday?
Well, I was thinking about bringing some other topics on my channel. I'm not still yet sure if I'm gonna do it. And it has to do with a lot of what I did. I think it was back in December, or I think it was November, where I was talking about law of attraction and stuff like that. So because I'm learning so much of it, I want to do like one dedicated video just for that, like once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, just like make one of those kind of videos, just to show people that that law of attraction has nothing to do with the woo woo. I mean, if you want to believe it, that's you.
That's the woo
But
woo.
yeah, because somebody, there's a lot of people that thinks that's a lot of witchcraft, woo woo, like manifesting stuff. But I want to break it down in a layman's term that it's like easy for like regular people to understand. Because sometimes I feel like there are some YouTubers that do the law of attraction manifesting. They kind of talk in a way that you look at them and you're like, I still don't freaking understand what you're saying. But I feel like I understand and I want to break it down my way. Like, I don't want to say get away, but like, a way of like understanding my lingo, because I feel like I have a lot to say about that subject. So that's like a new thing I want to try. Of course, the vlogs are still gonna come here, the lives as well, and I'm gonna do some exclusive videos for my VIP members very soon. I have some videos that I might just put them for you guys, for the VIP members on my channel, because they're old from like years ago. So I'm just probably like throw it for you guys, and you guys will only know about it. Yeah, so just try to do better on my membership, bring some more of the spirituality to my channel, probably do some sit down talks because I miss those. I used to do a lot of sit down talk, just like sit in front of the camera and just talk my life out like I do on my lives. Only thing it's more edited. But yeah, I'm trying to bring more stuff, and if you guys have ideas, you know what to do. You can go on my channel, comment down below, and give me ideas.
And we put her channel down below. We put all her social links and stuff down below. So definitely, I know a lot. I see a lot of y'all over there during the live streams. You know, so thanks. Obviously, it always brings flavor to it, especially when we're talking about makeup and the guys come
Yeah,
on.
I'm all over the place. I'm like I like games, I like makeup, I like
Yeah,
fashion.
you like
I'm
everything.
like I said, I go with the flow. That's my
She does.
motto.
She does, and she is like I
I
said.
love life.
She's a legit gamer, y'all. She is for real legit gamer. She knows what she's talking about. Um, but you know, before we hop off, Kammie, any last words? Anything we missed? Anything that you want to let us know for sure?
Just come tomorrow and have fun. Let's see if we can get me drunk. That's
I don't
all I
think
can
you want
say.
to challenge us. I don't think because you know you have some people in chat. I could already see like there's certain people who like who wait geek. I think like geek is one of those who loves to throw stuff out there. So
Oh
I
man,
think I don't know if you want to do that, but challenge accepted.
exactly.
For
Let's see how
sure.
many of you really want me drunk tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how much you love
You
me
know,
tomorrow.
Ash, you got to get on this train. Ash, you got to do this. You know, we got to get all the
That's my
Aquarius.
comeback after the I don't know how long, 3 weeks without a life. That's what I come
Oh,
back with.
you got to. Oh my gosh! Like I said, challenge to accept it. Uh, you know, well, Kammie, with that said, how can people, when do you normally post? Obviously, you talked about the live stream tomorrow, but how
Yeah.
do people find you? Like, what's your schedule like and so forth?
Well, so far I'm gonna come back every Mondays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. I don't know if they're gonna be premieres or uploads. Again, I'm gonna try to stay with the schedule I had from last year: Mondays and Thursdays, 7 o'clock, and Friday lives. So, and like I said before, I'm also trying to build up my membership so we can do some lives, so we can have like one-on-one talk. Right now, I have just like a handful, and I don't know if you guys are all gonna just stay there talk. So I want to grow it. So tomorrow I'll give more details about what else I want to do. You know. So yeah,
No, awesome. And then I just saw
you
we
can
were
find me here. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. But I don't use Facebook like that, so I don't know.
awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming by. And I'm sorry, I keep saying we were having connection issues. I apologize. I don't think we are, but let me know.
No, you look good
Um,
on my TV.
Okay, still looks good. Okay,
Hmm.
keep saying it. And for y'all, I will not be streaming this Sunday. It is the Super Bowl, so I'll be with my brother. Probably, I think we're gonna probably try to beat Overcooked 2 before the Super Bowl. So that's the game he and I play together. So I love doing that with him. And then next week, obviously, we're gonna have another gamer, someone who's a little bit outside the community. Some of y'all may know him, but this is Cammie's week, so we're gonna keep it Kammie. And then the following week, Ash, we gotta figure out how we're gonna do this one. But Ash and I are gonna probably team up for Man and Dan the following week. So let's try to figure out how we're gonna do it. And no pressure, Ash, you can't do it, obviously, but we're gonna try to do it. I think that'll be a pretty fun one. Go Eagles! Riddick, you're not even from Philadelphia. He's not even American. It's like Judge and Ack. They just throw out the team names.
But
But
honestly, who watched the Super Bowls for the game? They watch it for the commercials.
commercials, that's all. I'm like, I
Everybody
don't
want to
even.
see one of your commercials out there.
Yes, yes. And then for everybody else, Legend 350, if you're out there, we got to talk basketball. There's been so much going on with basketball. Y'all who know who see me, I love to talk basketball as well. But with that said, thank you all again for coming by. Kammie, if you can hold on for 1 second after the thing and we can just catch up a little bit. But yeah, thank you all for coming by. Thank you for your support. As always, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, when you game, what you game on, how long you game. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, I'm Purple Haze, and the proof is in the plan. All right, later, y'all.